Blog Talk Radio.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Serena Speaks. I'm sorry, I'm waiting on my intro to start, so I don't know what's going on with that. But anyway, welcome to Serena Speaks. I'm your host, Serena, and we are about to interview a very talented, beautiful man, and his name is L.B. Reeves, and I adore him. He is the meaning of inspiration and dedication and just ambition, deadly ambition, because he's going for, everything, and I love that about him. And he has a very unique business. It's something, and that just lets you know that he's not an average cat. It's something, not too many people are doing and making a living from it. So I want to give him a big shout out for that also. But he has a lot going on, and he has dedicated himself to a cause, and I think it's beautiful, and we're going to welcome him to be able to speak about this. And before we do that, I want to give everyone a big shout out in the industry that's doing big things, that's trying to make that dream happen, the whole total independent film industry. Big shout out, because these people work hard for you, for your entertainment. Work hard to make money to put into the movie just for your entertainment. And they need more recognition, more coverage, and especially from the media. We have to show love to them. So I want to give a big shout out to everyone, especially Tangled and Twisted and 30 Day Itch. And it's so many more going on right now. It's on the tip of my tongue. I cannot even get this name out of my mouth. But we're going to welcome LB, and then I'll bring it up later. Hi, Al.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's been a
All
while
right,
that we've been
trying to
getting me on, but I'm glad to be here.
What did you say?
I said it's been a while that you've been trying to get me on, but I'm glad to finally be here.
Yeah. I'm glad that you finally came. You've been a very, very busy man. So, before we get into it, could you please tell my guests who you are and a little bit about yourself?
Well, as you said, I'm Al B. Reyes, not to be confused with Al B. Shore. And I'm just me. I'm just a guy who likes to stay busy and likes to tap into anything that draws my interest and that I can express my creativeness with, my creativity, and really just put my, whatever, my trademark, my name, and my passion into it. I just go head diving in.
Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from New York originally. My parents are from Puerto Rico, so I'm originally from New York, of Puerto Rican and black background. So I'm 28, 29 in July, getting up there in age. So, okay. Yeah, and here I am in Atlanta now.
So how do you like Atlanta?
I like Atlanta. I maintain, so I really feel like Atlanta has opened up a lot of opportunities for me. I really feel like Atlanta, anywhere you live, you're going to have your pros and cons about living anywhere. But I really feel like being here in Atlanta, especially within the last 2 years, I really feel like I'm growing into myself and into the man that I'm probably destined to be. So, yeah.
How long have you been in Atlanta?
I've been in Atlanta since 2005. I moved here from Orlando, Florida. My family moved from New York to Florida. I lived there, and they they moved there to retire, and I was not ready to retire. I was maybe 13. So when I was old enough to leave the nest, I said, okay, that's it, time for me to go, and I've been here ever since.
Okay. You're a man on, with a plan on the journey.
Yes, I have. I've been a man. I've been doing it for 10 years. I've been on my own since I was 19. I'll be 29 this year. So yeah, I've been just pretty much that kind of guy that just tries to make anything happen for myself as much as I can.
Okay, and tell me a little bit more about your business. It's a very unique business.
Albie's Keen Eye. Albie's Keen Eye is my business. It's a professional organizing company. First of all, how I came up with the name, I kind of went back and forth with how I wanted to name it, but I just couldn't get off the name Albie's Keen Eye because I've always been told that I had a keen eye for things. I always see things in a different way, and I always tend to see things that maybe other people won't see. I just have a very creative way of looking at things. And ever since I was a kid, I like to organize and clean, borderline OCD. I was very, that was me. I mean, it would even be when I was mad or upset, people would just tell me to go clean because they knew that would calm me down, So.
Okay.
Yeah, so last year in January, because my business is actually about a year and a half old now, I'm just, really starting to get recognized for it. But I started it officially last year in January of 2012. And the reason why I started it was because I did a couple of closets and jobs. And I used to do it for fun because I actually like doing it. People would ask me, you like to do that? And I said, yes, I do. I enjoy it. So someone said, well, you need to really turn it into a business because you can make money off of this. And after enough people telling me to do it, I just said, you know what, let me go ahead and just try turning it into a business. And that's exactly what I did. I turned it into a business. And like I said, here it is. It's a business. And I'm trying to get to the top with it, trying to get to the top.
That's right. Have you had any celebrity clients?
No, and that's what I would really like to work on. I think that that will really, really help put me on the map is getting some celebrity clients. I've just kind of been doing.
We got to work on that.
Yeah, we do. I do. I really need to get that out there. I actually gave my flyer to a friend of mine who is kind of familiar with the team of Tawanda Braxton. He said he would pass on the flyer to Wanda Braxton, so keeping my fingers crossed for that because, the Braxtons, they stick together, so if you get in with one sister, then you can get in with all, and that right there would be really good if I can,
Okay, that's you know what, you got to get in some kind of way, you got to have a plan, and sometimes we plan stuff and it don't end up like we plan to end up better because, God has a plan at times, so I know everything gonna work out for you. You hanging in the right circle of people. And speaking of, one more question about your business. Do you have like different packages that you offer?
I do have packages that I offer. I'm actually working on the more updated version of them. I just recently got with Demetria Stewart, who is going to be the head of my marketing for my business. Demetria Stewart is Ambition Media, and she is actually going to be my marketing person and my creative designer for Albie's Keen Eye. So we're actually coming together on some better packages to draw in some, more high-paying clients. So, right now it's kind of on the up and up on that, but basically, if somebody wanted me to do a job for them, I would just, get with them. We do a consultation. I go see the place or whatever they want me to do, and we'll go from there. Because just to give you a little background on what I do anything from closets to garages to storage spaces to offices, residential, commercial, copy rooms, file rooms, home offices. It doesn't even matter. It could be a kitchen cabinet, anything that's in need of organization. I do organized moving. I assemble furniture for people who like to buy furniture but don't like to put it together. I like to put my own furniture together because I know at the end of the day, I know it's put together right because I put it together right. Just basically that's everything, all I do. You know, I do event planning with Albie's Kenai. Also features event planning, interior decorating. So with that, that's how I kind of got into the entertainment industry as well. So Albie's Kenai really is a staircase to open up many doors for me, and I'm really excited about what the future holds with my company.
And that's amazing. You do garages, and I mean, just anything cluttered, you would get in there and organize it.
I would. I'd bring them back to life.
Wow. Okay. Are you thinking about starting like designing closets, like designing certain layouts for a client? So
well,
that seems.
People ask me about the as far as building closets and stuff like that. That's not really something I'm getting into as of yet. I mean, maybe in the future, but if somebody wanted one of those closets, because I know on the front of one of my flyers, you could see that there's like a closet that you can build in, and people will ask me, do you build those? And I'm like, I'm not gonna lie to them. I'll be like, no, I don't build it, but we can work with a contractor who can come in and build it, and then I will organize everything in there according to how you like it. Because I'm not going to sit there and try to build something and make it look a mess, and then they mad at me. You know,
yeah, you might need to get into a contract that'll work with you, and y'all be a team.
Yeah.
So everything is. I didn't know that you did all of that. I thought it was just the closets. And, you know, you're doing everything from moving on up. Wow, people you really need to get with
the organized packing, that's my OCD. I am very anal about having everything in order. Because, you know, another thing is like movers, they'll use that to their advantage. You know, you pay a moving company and you know, you're paying them by the hour. They will take 6 to 8 hours to move an apartment I have moved my whole apartment before in 2 to 3 hours by myself.
Wow.
With a moving truck. Moving companies are good for doing that. And I tell you the best way to do this is you have your stuff packed and organized and at the front door before the moving company comes. Because when they come and they see that you ain't have nothing packed, that's a field day for them. They will take their time and sit there and take all your money. I come in, I come in, I will have your kitchen packed and in order at the front door. Everything will be at the door, so when the movers come, they ain't got to go through your house. They go to the front door, get your stuff, keep it moving, and be done in an hour or two. Bam. That's it. That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
You heard from a real professional.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Al, what movies are you currently working on? And the movie I was thinking of, I'm sorry, to go back to the beginning of the show, and I was saying it's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. It's Secured Tightly, and that's an awesome movie written and directed by Miss Tess Wilmount. Well, written and produced by Miss Tess Wilmount and directed by the People of TPN.com, the People Network.
Yes.
And you know, I just want to give a big shout out to them because, you know, they're doing big things and not even mention Tinseltown, you know. So the independent movement in Atlanta is alive and well and thriving, and I want to give everyone just a big shout out and hope everything is well. But
yes, I love Tessie and I love Bobby. Bobby's like a mentor to me, so I do wish them well on Secure Tightly. So yes, Tessie is beautiful. I call her my Southern Belle. This is her first written and directed movie. Yes, so I'm really proud of her. So yes, the movie I'm working on is Breeze. It's called Breeze. It's written and directed by Charles F. Copeland. I've been working with him for about 2 years now, and I love that man.
That's the king of swag. The king of swag. I'm sorry, baby, but he is the king
Yes,
of
he is
swag.
the
He
king
got
of
so
swag.
much swag.
He is as smooth and as cool, calm, and collective as anything. I think I'm 28. I've had many jobs, but he is like one of the coolest bosses ever. I mean, he is the bomb. I don't know. He's cool. But he is the writer and director of Breeze, and Al G. Salaya
He's
is
the genius of Breeze. He's the genius of Breeze.
Yes, he is the man behind the camera of Breeze. He is bringing Charles F. Copeland's vision to life. And
I was talking about Charles Copeland. He's the genius of this movie.
Yeah.
So you feel like he's the director. You know, I'm like, yeah, he is, but he's the genius of this movie because it all came from him. So that's what
yes.
He's a great man, very great man.
His vision, I like to see his visions come to life because he has a lot of passion. There's a lot of realness behind his writing. Like I said, I've worked with other projects, and he really has good writing. So I love working with him. I'm really happy to be a part of Breeze. I'm actually the production designer for Breeze and the props manager. So basically anything that involves the set and props, I do on Breeze. Yeah. So Breeze is in production right now. We're filming right now. So shout out to all my Breeze people. Like I said, Charles F. Copeland and Al G. Salaya, who is also directing the film. He's the man behind the camera. He's bringing Charles F. Copeland's vision to life. So I got to give him a shout out too. And just everybody else, all the staff and crew and the cast. We have an amazing cast bringing this movie to life. And every day that I'm on set filming, I just get excited and I get goosebumps because just seeing this product come to life, I'm ready for the premiere. I'm ready. I'm there. So yeah.
So this your first movie?
This is my first movie because I've been a stage manager for plays. So I've been plays, stage manager. So now this is my first movie, and it's been fun. I love it. I do. I love it. There'll be some long nights because people will ask me, well, when are you going to be done filming? They were like, I want to hang out or something. I'm like, I can't tell you because we might have an end time, but I may be here till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that making a movie is very, very, very hard. And I learned that from the movie Atlanta Heat 2, where I worked with Al and Miss Janine and Jarnine and all the rest of the crew. Like, man, I love those people, man. The Atlanta Heat 2 cast is truly like a little family to me. Like, they make my heart warm up when I just think of them because I had a good time with them. And it is very time-consuming and a lot of back-breaking hard work to entertain people. And so I wish people would not buy bootleg copies and go out and see the actual movie when it come out, donate to the independent industry, all the different projects that they always have going on, because it's a great thing, people. It's a very great thing and a very good thing that we get out and support the independent movement, because without support, I mean, who would ever found Steven Spielberg? All those people used to be independent at one point. So let's, support the independent movement. They're doing great things. Great things, making real good TV, real good movies, movies and stuff that make you think instead of, just want to dance or go have sex or go get drunk or go get high, and trying to play like they from the, it's a lot of realness to the independent film industry. So I just want to put that out there. But Al, I seen where you got your certificate to actually help people get tested.
Yes, I am now a certified HIV testing counselor, and that to me I've done a lot this year. This year has been probably the best year I've had in 3 years. I must say I've accomplished a lot. But that right there was probably my biggest accomplishment of this year. That right there hit me at home. I felt like even if I wasn't doing film, even if I wasn't working with Demetria as her assistant, if I wasn't doing anything, that right there alone was like the biggest thing, because that's personal to me. That's personal to me because
And why are you so passionate about people getting tested?
Why am I so passionate? Yes, because I actually am HIV positive. I have been positive for 9 years. I just made 9 years in April 28th, and I'm a very healthy person living with it. And of course, when having HIV is not always the most easiest thing to deal with. I mean, I have days where some days I just don't feel like getting out of bed. I just feel blah, and it could be difficult, and you deal with uneducated and ignorant people. But when you get to a point where I got to a point that it is what it is, I have it. I'm not saying that it's, let's jump for joy, you have HIV, but you accept it, and you stop being a victim about it. And I had to tell myself that I said, I don't want to be a victim anymore. I said, I don't want to look at this as a death sentence. I want to use this to inspire and encourage others and let people know that you can live a healthy and happy life with this, and you don't have to be ashamed of living with this virus. And if anybody makes you feel any less of a person because of it, then the problem is with them, not with you.
Exactly.
And I just wanted the support that I didn't have growing up. Like, I was 19 when I got it. I left my home, and I didn't have the guidance and the direction that I needed. And, I made some of the choices that caused me to have it, and there's nothing I could do about it. But what you do with the choices that you make after the fact is what matters. And I want to encourage others to basically let them know that, you have a choice, you know what I'm saying? And whether you make a choice good or bad, it's what you do in the end that matters. And you can be a voice for somebody else. You can still be happy with yourself. And like I said, you can live life. I'm excited about life.
That's right.
I'm going to be 30 next year. And
Yay!
next year is going. Oh, yes. I mean, I'm really looking forward to. I was just talking to a friend this morning, just to say this real quick. I was talking to a friend this morning, and I was talking to him, and I was telling him how from 2010 to 2012, things were just not really going in my favor. And a lot of the things that weren't going in my favor, I think I was making excuses and blaming other people for things that I maybe didn't take a minute to say, hey, you got to start thinking positively. You have to start making choices, and you need to stop blaming everybody else, and you need to make stuff happen. So at the end of the year last year, yes, I made a pact with God, and I said, you know what, this year I just want to be happy. I just want to make positive decisions. I just want to think positive, and I just want to just make things happen. And he has honored that pact with me because I honored my end of it. And I just see so many doors opening for me. I'm not rich. I don't have all the glitz and glamours and things that I want, but I'm happy and I'm at peace. And I said that to God at the end, going from the end of last year into this year. I said, you know what? If I could just feel peace in my heart and be happy throughout this year, that's enough for me, because I know that that's a start and that's a step in the right direction from the last 3 years that I've had. And that's what's been happening. So I'm really, really excited about next year, because I know that this year is good. Next year is going to be even greater, because 30, my 10-year anniversary of being positive. I mean, next year, my motto is celebrate life. I'm going to be like a fairy almost, because I'm going to just be happy to be alive and just really just be able to experience and express how life I'm still here and all that life has to offer me. I'm just excited.
Yeah, but you're not going to actually dress up as a fairy, are you?
You said what?
You're not going to dress up as one, are you?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Miss Sabrina, now you know me. I may be a lot of things, but one thing I still am is, man, I like to dress up in my fitteds and my tank top.
You be swagged out too.
I do be swagging, and I do like to go hard in the gym and work this body out to look like a man. So I may feel a little bubbly like a fairy on the inside, but at the end of the day, I'm
it was a little jokey, Joe. You said you was going to almost be a fairy. I was like, I hope you don't bust out in a fairy costume. You know I'm crazy. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm just joking, but I already know, you are a very beautiful person, inside and out. You are just gorgeous. I was looking at you, telling you that first time I met you. You are gorgeous, and I know your mom and everybody is proud of you. I know I'm proud of you, how you're taking the bull by the horns and deciding not to let a situation kill and, destroy your life, but instead to handle it and move past it, but with it. So my kudos is really up to you. I know you probably didn't know this, but I was a certified medical assistant, and I worked on Ponce de Leon. I don't know if you're familiar with the clinic, but I worked on Ponce de Leon, and most people know it from North Avenue, depending on what what side you come on, but the actual physical address is Ponce de Leon, but that's the infectious disease center, and that's where everybody comes to. If you don't have Medicaid and stuff like that, and, they help people get their HIV medication, their AIDS medication, and, help them until they don't even test, and that's when they know that the medicine is, working when you don't show up on the, you can go take an AIDS test and it won't even, register as positive or say negative because that's, it letting you know that the medicine is working. So, yeah, I know. I done heard so many horrible, horrible stories, especially from a lot of young girls that, didn't even know they had until they had these babies at 13 and 14 and didn't got it from a 30 and 40-year-old man. And it's hard when people out there, targeting young kids and doing awful things to them, and just hearing their stories, it broke my heart. And seeing a lot of them go away, it's sad. It's sad, but I just commend you on taking action right away and taking your meds and working out because you stay in the gym and you look awesome. I'm talking about just beautiful, and I love that tattoo you got on your back, baby. How long did that take?
That took 3.5 hours. It was my second tattoo. I don't know what is wrong with me. I'm a risk taker for some reason. So I figured if I was going to get tattoos, I was going to get the most painful ones out of the way first. So my side was my first one, and then my back was my second one. And the back and the side are like the most painful areas to get a tattoo. So, yeah.
Wow, yes it is. I don't have any. I'm too scared.
If you don't want to have a lot, don't get them at all, because once you get one, they become addicting. I mean, I still want more.
That's what I heard. Is that true? Somebody else said that. Like, if you don't want them.
And I want more.
Wow.
I want at least 7.
Why would you want to feel the pain over and over again?
Well, I kind of get them spaced out because, I mean, it's not really the most pleasurable feeling. So, but when you look at the finished product, you're like, it looks good. And to be honest with you, a lot of people don't know this, but a few people know. I have 3 tattoos, but the one on my back is the one I regret the most because I had a vision of how I wanted it, but I like it because it has my name. I mean, if you've seen it on my Facebook or whatever, but it has my name on the crown, which represents my last name because it's Albie Reyes. My last name is Spanish for king.
Okay, Reyes. Okay.
And I like it, but it almost portrays like this. I kind of jokingly say it now because it's there now. There's nothing I could do about it, but it portrays almost like this thug feel about me. And I've never been that kind of person who likes to portray to be anything that I'm not. I'll tell you right now, I'm one of the most corniest, clumsiest, off-the-wall kind of people you'll meet, and I never pretend to be no thug. I may jokingly do this and do that, but I'm just an everyday get-up guy. I don't ever portray nothing like that. And the tattoo on my back, it kind of gives off this wannabe thug thing, and I didn't realize how
it's cute. I like it. It's neat, and it's not all over like going from shoulder blade to shoulder. I mean, it's neat. I like it. I like it. They did a great
like
job
it.
on that.
I like it, but if I had to do it over, I probably wouldn't have gotten that particular tattoo on my back.
Okay.
So,
okay.
yeah, I probably would have, if I could do it over, I probably would have passed on that one. But everything else that I like. I like the other two.
Is there, I wanted to ask because just thinking about this particular young girl, it was heartbreaking, but do you remember the situation that brought you to find out that you had HIV?
Yeah, I was dating, well, that's funny you asked because I was dating, well, I had just left my house. I never really had a good relationship with my family. You know, we might have to go into another hour of that, so I'll just make that short. I never had a good relationship with my family. I never felt needed. I never felt wanted. I never felt like, you know, I never really felt like I was valued. Like they didn't, you know, they didn't really do a good job of making me feel like their child. So I was longing to be loved. I was dealing, of course, with my sexuality because, you know, I didn't really, you know, just all the things I've been through. I was at 19. I was in a very vulnerable state. And I just met a guy, you know, and God is good, but Satan, the devil, he is smart because when he's busy at work, he is busy at work. And you know, God, he will always be there for you, but he's going to let you make the choices yourself, you know.
Yeah, life is choice. That's right. That's right.
So he allowed me to make some choices. And anyway, the devil saw that I was vulnerable. I like to use this because I believe that everything that has happened for a reason, and you know, there's, you know, whatever. So I I felt like, you know, kind of like Adam and Eve. Adam saw the serpent was told him to eat the apple. Well, he placed his God in my life who basically portrayed to be everything that I needed and wanted that I had never had in my life, and I fell right into his arms, and I allowed myself to just forget all about my self-morals and values because, you know, even as a 19-year-old person, I had self-morals and values. I did.
That's
I've always been that. Because
I'm quite sure
I don't drink
with it.
Yeah, I don't drink, I don't smoke, and you would think that since I've been on my own, I was 19, that I would be out there and drinking and smoking. But no, because I always felt like that's not something I wanted to do. I don't care. People always offer it to me. People have always put it in my face. I'm probably one of the only people that I know in my group of friends or anybody that has come and gone in my life that doesn't drink or smoke, like either or, socially or anything. But it's just always something that I stayed true to myself. But with this guy, I lost, you know, all senses of myself and allowed myself to fall into his what he portrayed himself to be, and that's how I wound up catching HIV.
No, I was asking not like how you got it, but the circumstances that brought you to be knowledgeable of having it. Like, what brought it to light?
Oh, well,
how did you find out?
That he had it. He told me eventually that he had it, and then I wound up getting tested, and that's how I found out I had it.
Oh my!
So,
oh my goodness!
I remember the date you can never forget it. It was April 28th, 2004. The day I found out I had it, and I swear that's the day that my life changed forever. So, at that point, it changed for the worse.
Did anything happen to him? Did they do anything to him for doing that?
Well, actually, no, because it's kind of a tricky situation because you have to kind of give the name up of the person who did it, and you have to be willing to press charges. I kind of wasn't willing to press charges because it's a very sticky situation when it comes to something like that because, you know, I wasn't raped and I kind of knew what I was doing, So,
but he didn't tell you. He knew, and he did not tell you, and that is not right. And you know what? You have to put into your mind how many more young innocent. There's so much life in them. How many more people did he do that to? You know, how many more people did he give a day that wasn't his to give? You know, how many more people did he do that to? That's the only thing I'm thinking, like, how could you do something to somebody so beautiful? You are just so beautiful, Al. And you know what? I hate however you felt growing up, but baby, you are loved now. People love you now. They accept you now. So, you know, whatever feeling that is, that's the past, and we love you now. Everybody be around you just accept you and take you and love you, Al. You know why? Because you're a beautiful person, and you deserve to be loved. That was unfair. That was not right. How dare he? Like, really? You know, I ain't going to say what I want to do to him, but, you know, that just wasn't right. That's not right. And is there anything you would give any more?
Not to cut you off, but and I sense your anger. But you know what? Again, I was there 9 years ago. I was there, and I felt all those things you felt for a long time, Serena. I felt those things, but I had to realize that at that point, I had to realize, you know what? I have no control over what he does. I could have put him in jail, yep, but at the end of the day, you know, now I have to take care of Albie. You know what I'm saying? I could stay mad at him for the rest of my life, but it's not going to help me grow. I can't be worried about what he's doing. It's not going to help me grow. It's not going to help me heal. It's not going to help me be an inspiration to other people. I was angry. I had that same words you said for him. But you know what? I'm not even angry at him no more. I choose not to speak or deal with him, but I'm not angry. I have no anger because I had to take my own responsibility in what I did. I may have been deceived as the kind of person he was, but I wasn't stupid. You know, I made a choice to not in their bed as well. So I had to accept my part in there. And it took me a while to accept my part. It was easy to blame solely on him. And yes, he was wrong, about 99% wrong or 95% wrong.
You weren't wrong, Al. You was not wrong, Al. You just wanted to be loved. Ain't nothing wrong with wanting to be loved. No matter nobody can judge how the dead person want to be loved. Ain't nothing wrong with wanting to be loved.
We all have to take our
responsibility.
Responsibility, right. Like I had to basically I had the choice. Today, I'll just say this. If you're sleeping with somebody, you have to make the choice to use condoms and protection. And if you don't, then you're putting yourself at risk. So that is where I was wrong. I put myself at risk, and I allowed myself to be open to some things. So that's where I had to take my responsibility on. You know what I'm saying?
So what now are you choosing to do to kind of embrace, you know, our younger generation? Because a lot of them out there, they're so confused and they don't know, you know, what to do or how to handle things. What advice would you give the younger generation, you know, that's coming up, that was in your same shoe, teenagers, whether, you know, they're bi or straight, it does not matter. If they're out there having sex, what advice would you give to any young person or to any person, period, just from your experience?
I would say always use your judgment. Always use your own judgment. Love yourself more than you love somebody else. Always love yourself more. Never allow yourself to give somebody so much power over you that you start to make, you know, judgments and decisions that you're not sure of. Always use protection. You know, if they love you, they'll respect you. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about younger generations, it's simple as this: you don't wear a glove, you get no love. You know, because it's so simple. You just have to love yourself more, and that's the problem. I didn't know how to love myself back then because I never really was taught what love really meant. I didn't really experience that. So it was easy for me to fall into temptation and deception and all that. So,
well, your love now, Al. We love you now, Al. Your love now, Al. Don't forget that, Al. You are loved, Al, and you are beautiful, and you did not deserve it, but I commend you on taking the bull by the horns and throwing it on your back and kept pushing. You are amazing, Al. You are beautiful, Al. You are strong, Al. And you know what? God loves you, Al. No matter what's going on, you did what you had to do to be the beautiful person that you are today, and we love you, Al. And I want to just ask, what do you plan to do with this certificate? How do you plan to go out in our community and help people get tested or encourage them to at least know their status? If nothing else, at least know their status. This is close to my heart because I worked with these people for 3 years in this hospital, seeing so many just crazy things and heartbreaking things, and I mean, it's not right. It's not right because people may have their own choice, but when you're not given the choice, it's really not right. When somebody's going to tell you their status and they know it, you're not giving the person a choice. You're taking them their choice away, their freedom of choice away, and that is wrong. No matter how you look at it, that's wrong because he didn't give you a choice. I'm quite sure if he would have told you his status, you would have went on about your business. So like you say, you love Al. And it's okay. Yeah, well, we love you now. You know you love now. You accept it now. And I just want to know, what do you plan to do?
Let me say that as far as loving yourself, yes. But I don't want to, because I know since we're talking about encouraging people, I don't want to automatically let a person know that if someone is honest with them about their status, that they should just, move on. It's good. It's very good. Very good that a person is honest, and I respect anybody who's honest. I try to be as honest as possible. I mean, I can't be any honest because.
But if you're gonna lay down with someone with no condom on, at least be as honest. That's when it's time to be honest.
Right. So
let them make that choice.
Right. If a person is honest, I respect that, and I'll let anybody know, if anybody has a choice. I have had plenty of people who I've been honest with and felt that they could not be with someone who's positive, and I have to respect that because that's their decision, and I'm not even upset with them. But at least the person is honest, and let you make that decision if you choose.
That's right.
Be with that person or not. So,
that's right.
I'm the kind of person that, and people always ask me, they're like, well, if you weren't positive, could you be with? And I was like, I would say yes, because I was with this guy before I knew he was positive, and even after he wound up telling me before I found out I was positive, I still stayed with him. Like when he told me that he was positive after we started, doing what we did, and then, there was still, I think it was like 3 months or 4 months before I actually found out that I stayed by his side. So that was
your choice. That was a choice, and that was your choice to make. But he took away your choice. He should have told you before, having unprotected sex. And I encourage, if you have an unprotected sex, tell your mate. Don't let them, don't take that choice away because that's not right. But we got to wrap it up. Al, I want to thank you so very much for coming on the show, talking to people. And I hope it touched someone, and I hope your business is great. And I just hope you guys really go check out Al King's Eye, because this is a great business. And, we hate moving and hate, fixing the closet and doing things. Let Al do it. Be organized in class with Al.
Before we go, I do want to give a shout-out for my book because I am working on my book, so I want to get people prepared for that. I am working on my book.
Okay.
The title is 30 to Life, My Struggle, My Story, my struggle, my pain, my victory, my story.
Yay.
Have it out by this time next year, in between my 10-year anniversary